Hi, Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey here. And I'm going to do something a little bit different today. This is a different type of video. This morning, I recorded and posted my 700th snippet, as we call them around my Patreon group, Go Keto with Casey. And in celebration of that, and really I'm amazed, 700, that's a lot. I make 20 videos a month for patrons. And then there are other things with Patreon, patron-only live streams, group chats, and one-on-ones. But I've been asked, so what is it with these snippets I hear about? They are first thing in the morning, before I've had a chance to really wake up. I often have pillow hair, usually without makeup. Did I just say that? No, I don't think I did. And it's a little behind the scenes. It's early in the morning, and sometimes a mug of coffee will delightfully and mysteriously be slid in front of me by my lovely mate. And sometimes you can hear him in the background cooking breakfast. Anyway, I just wanted you to see what it's like. One of the great things about it is I have a public access spreadsheet called a Snippet Topic Suggestion Spreadsheet, which I link below every video. And patrons enter topic suggestions or questions. And it's very interesting, and it's certainly helpful to me after 700 videos. But anything from medical stuff to social stuff to my personal experience to sharing their own experience. So I try to take those topics and make a video out of it. Anyway, this is a little bit different. If you're not interested in knowing about anything about it, move on. But this morning was kind of a normal example of what the snippet topic suggestions spreadsheets, not spreadsheets, videos are like. Thanks a lot. And I'll see you again soon. Bye. Good morning, friends. First of all, let me correct my wackiness from yesterday's snippet. Today is Wednesday, the 26th of August. Yesterday morning, I started out the snippet by saying, Happy Thursday. Wait a minute. No, it's Wednesday. And then it wasn't until the end of the snippet that I realized it was actually Tuesday. So I guess the days are beginning to run together a little bit. Maybe they are for you as well. I hope you are well. We are all well. Thank goodness. Today's snippet from the Snippet Topic Suggestion Spreadsheet. Link below. Thank you very much for the suggestions. And Teresa, you always comes through. Good morning, Casey. Have you noticed if your sense of sweet taste has heightened as a result of doing keto for so long? Depending on the source, water can taste sweet to me. Just recently, I licked the spoon I used to add cream to my tea, and it tasted sweet. I'm curious if you had similar experiences. Thank you, and happy Wednesday. Was that a little reminder that it's Wednesday? Thank you, Teresa. Very subtle and kind of you. OB takes a village. Okay. Yes, to answer your question, Teresa, I would say that my sense of I'm doing behind the scenes things here. My sense of taste in general is heightened. I was just noticing this last night. I cooked for the first time. I cooked a leg of lamb, boneless leg of lamb. I should try a bone in. And I cooked it on the big green egg, and it was delicious. And I was a little trepidatious. My husband he's not a huge fan of lamb. Tastes a little bit too intense for him sometimes, a little too gamey. We've had lamb chops before, but this was the first leg of lamb. Turned out delicious. I swathed it in butter and then different seasonings of roasted garlic salt and ground black pepper with lemon. It was very good. Anywho, and then I sauteed some onions and mushroom in coconut oil and butter. And I didn't have much, but I did have some. And I realized that all the flavors, I could taste them all. When you're a sugar burner and you're chowing down on carbs and pasta and bread and pasta and bread and rice and bread and chips and potatoes and bread, I think I think my taste buds were just kind of either numb, in a coma, or just covered over, short-circuited or something. So yes, I've had the same experience, Teresa, of licking the spoon with the cream on it. And of course it is sweet cream. I mean, that's kind of a quality of it. But it tasted sweet. My daughter, excuse me, another itch. See, at night when I go in to put the chickens away, the skeeters come out. It doesn't take long. It is August in the South, after all. Of course, I guess August anywhere skeeters come out, except maybe Antarctica. What was I saying? Oh, our daughter, she stopped using any sweetener in her coffee at all because she said the cream is sweet enough. I've told this story before. I went to the grocery store. It's the last time I was in a grocery store, other than to pick up medicine for my husband the other day. And we needed some Splenda. We used the bagged Splenda. And Costco doesn't carry it anymore. At least they haven't the last several months. So I went into the grocery store, went down the baking aisle. Just the smell of the things that were on the shelves in the grocery store. The frosting and the cake mixes and the brownie mixes and the sprinkles and the sugar and all the things that are in the baking aisle. The air was so sweet. Just on that aisle. It's not like they were pumping it through the air vents like they do in some places, like in food courts and malls. They pump like smells through the air vents or outside of a bakery on the sidewalk to get oh, that smells so good. But it was so intense. I almost got a contact high. So yes, I would say my taste buds have changed. They've evolved to where there are foods I didn't like before that I now really like. And I can taste the flavors. I've talked about, if you've seen my 600-pound life, which I feel uncomfortable watching on one level because of it's into some people's mental illness and trauma. But their lives are just what many of our lives have been, only on an exploded scale. It's to the extreme. To see people with big platters of beige food piled high, and then to eat, and they're barely, they're not really, their eyes are glazed over and they're eating and eating. So this is not a commentary on them as individuals. It just, I think I watch it sometimes because I am reminded of what we say to ourselves, what I said to myself. Very common phrases, not 600-pound life phrases, very common phrases that we use to justify eating foods that we eat. You can probably roll them out. You may have said them to yourself, or you may have said them out loud. Food has been the constant in my life. I use food to cope. Food is my coping mechanism. Food calms me down. Whenever I get stressed, I eat. I lead a lonely life. Food is my company. These are things that I hear and that people say. It's just on my 600-pound life it's gotten to television because they're 600, 700 pounds. But my point actually was not about the things they say. It was kind of explaining why I watch it a little bit. But people eating platters of beige food. I've done that. And I think that glazed look I can identify with. When everything is breaded and fried and starts out either, as a potato in the first place. You can go to a fish house and get a fried fish combo, which everything is breaded and fried, including the oysters and the shrimp and the scallops and the cod. And then, in the South anyway, it's going to come with hush puppies, which are just fried, it's essentially donut holes with with a kind of a corn base, and French fries, and onion rings. Breaded and fried, of course. I can remember taking the hush puppies and rolling them in sugar. That was a donut. So I've done that. I've done that eating. But there's no way in the world that I tasted anything. I just shoveled. I was not savoring. I savored that lamb and sauteed mushroom and onions last night. It was good. It had flavor. Plus, I also try to serve myself less and eat slowly. But another good thing about slowing up, not only can you let the leptin get to your brain, let you know that you've already had enough to eat, but it allows you to savor the food and enjoy it. So, yes, Teresa, you, on this Wednesday morning, wink, wink, I find that my taste for sweet is enhanced. Now, I don't crave sweets. There's Splenda in my coffee. And some days, my husband makes me my coffee first thing in the morning, so he has it quite measured out, and it's very creamy. He just has a technique. But then when I make my coffee later in the day, I usually don't use Splenda. I don't need it. It's just, it's okay. And then depending on what I'm drinking for the rest of the day, it might be Soleil water, it might be Crystal Light, it might be straight up water, it might be tonic water with some water enhancer, it might be Coke Zero. All of those things have some sweetener in them. But I could go with just straight tonic water. I could go with straight water. I don't mind drinking just water. So I don't need the sweet. Okay, I'll look again. So, enjoy the flavors. Maybe cut back on anything you're using to sweeten. And maybe you'll find out that you don't need it. Like my daughter. She says, I don't need the sweetener in the coffee. The cream is sweet enough. Up, grandmother clock. Thank you for the snippet topic suggestion. I will see some of you tonight for a patron-only live stream at 6 p.m. I will send out the notice of that. Hope you can make it. Always enjoy those. And tomorrow night, I'll see some of you for a video group session. I'm trying to think if there's any... Durham support group meeting. Tuesday. Next Tuesday. 1st of September. It's an early one. Early in the month, because that's the way the calendar falls. Link below as far as registration for that. It's really a great opportunity to ask direct questions, medical and otherwise, of the world expert on the clinical implementation of the ketogenic protocol for obesity and type 2 diabetes and other metabolic issues. I mean, the dude will just answer questions until he's pulled off stage, which is kind of my job. So link below. You can enter your questions and comments in advance to make sure that they get seen. Sometimes with comments scrolling by quickly, some can get skipped. So enter your questions and comments in advance under the Ask a Question section. That's all I know. Cards are going out. If I don't need it, I don't need it cards. Several have been sent out and they will continue to go out. It takes me a while to get them done, because I handwrite the notes on the back and the addresses. Make sure I have your correct mailing address if you are entitled to get one of these $10 plus people. And just changing it in Patreon won't help because I don't see changes in Patreon. So just shoot me a quick note to make sure I have your correct mailing address if yours has changed. Okay, really now I am wrapping up. Time to start the day. Actually, this is the first thing I do every day. And I'm so honored and privileged and happy to be able to do it. So, thanks. See you next time. Keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer a day, total not net. It's not on page 4, link below. Don't eat it. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop when you're satiated. Be kind to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be firm with yourself. And try to be calm. It's anxious times. This is just, times are always anxious for somebody. This is just like my 600-pound life version of anxiety. It's on an exploded scale. Things will get back to normal. They will. They will. Stay safe, stay healthy, use common sense, and try to stay calm. Be kind to others and yourself. Okay. Ciao for now. Toodaloo, caribou.